All right, so multiplicity, let's write down the definition. Okay. Multiplicity is a point on a graph where there is more than one root at one point. That's it. More than one point at one. More than one root at one point. Okay. Pause the video. We're moving on. Okay, number 3. Okay, there we go. All right, so p of x equals x times x minus 2 to the third x minus 8 squared. All right, a little harder. Let's start with the roots, or the zeros. Okay, x, same. Don't ignore the exponents when you're finding the zeros. Those are not changing anything. Exponents do not change your zeros, your roots. Exponents do not change your roots. A lot of kids will do 2 to the third. Oh, it's 8. No. Well, it's 8 because of that 8, not because 2 to the third is 8. It's not 64. So it's our 0, our 2, and our 8. Okay? So let's graph this. Sorry for the shadow. It's early morning. All right. So I got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my 8. There's my 2. All right. So now at 8, what's happening? There's a little parabola. We're not really sure if it's up or down, though, so I'm not going to draw it in because you're really not sure. What's happening at 2? What's an x cubed look like? Think about what x cubed's looking like. All right, x to the third looks like this. So at 2, we're going to have this little like awkward x cubed thing happening. All right, so we know that's going to happen. So we got to remember that. Okay, what is the highest? My brain stopped working. What's the x? How many x's do we have in this problem? Wow. So we got 1. And then there's 3, so it's 4, 5, 6. So this is an x to the 6th problem. Okay? This is an x to the 6th problem. I'm really annoyed that we can't with the shadow. It's annoying, isn't it? Okay. Is that any better? Probably not. All right. Let's work on the extrema. So we have an extrema where? At 8, 8, 0. And then what's the halfway points? Between 0 and 2. 0 and 2, that's 1. What's halfway between 2 and 8? Remember, 2 plus 8 divided by 2. 10 over 2 is 5. All right, 10 over 2 is 5. What is happening with this light? I'm so sorry. All right, let's plug in to find the y values. So I have 1, parentheses 1 minus 2 to the third, parentheses 1 minus 8 squared. Negative 49. And I'm going to do the same thing with 5. So I'm going to hit second, enter. And then all those 1s, I'm going to just write a 5 over them. It's just faster because I'm lazy. Enter. 1215. Giant number. Okay. So we have now as x goes to infinity. What's happening as x goes to infinity and as x goes to negative infinity. Right. So it's an x to the 6th, right? X to the 6th. So are they the same or opposite directions? Same direction. Plug in a positive, you get a positive. So these are both going off to infinity. Right? If you plug in a negative number to the 6th power, and if you're not sure, do it. Parentheses, negative 3 to the 6th. You get a positive number, right? So it's positive infinity. So both of these end roots are going up. Right? Okay. Now, how low is this going? This is going to negative 49. But remember, at 2, we're going to have an x cubed. So I'm actually going to draw it in. This is going to come down and up. So I'm going to actually draw in like that, because otherwise my graph is kind of ugly. I tried this earlier, and it was just a disaster. And then this one's a parabola. So it's going to come up. See, I didn't even do it right there when I should have. All right. So at 2, you have this like awkward, I like to call it an awkwardness. At 2, we have this awkward x cubed thing happening. And then make sure you have your parabola looking thing over here. It's supposed to be pretty, but we do our best, right? We do our best with drawing these. They should be more normal looking over on this side. Okay. Alright, so draw it as best you can. Make sure you have this awkward x cubed here and the parabola looking thing here. Alright, number 4. Let's do this one. P of x equals write the problem down. Negative x cubed. Let me try putting this down. X plus 4, x minus 2 quantity squared. Did that help? There we go. Change the sign. Negative 4. Change the sign. 2. Change the sign. Negative 9. Crap load of roots. Alright, so we have 0. Negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Positive 2. Negative 9.